few years ago when I started watching movies in English on purpose to improve my listening skills and, just learn this language, this beautiful language. I also started keeping track of movies I watched. So I have a list of movies I've watched on English. On English, and I'm really into movies. So in 2023, I just checked before starting to record this video. I watched like 50 movies in at that year, and one movie which I think first of when I'm thinking about movies at all and about my favorite movies, this movie is Law Abiding Citizen. I checked when I actually watched this, and it was in May of 2023, and I still remember the plot, the all events in this movie very good. And this is very hard when you watch a lot of movies. It was like 2 years ago. I watched about 50 movies in 2023, and probably a lot more in the next years, in 2024 and also in 2025. I actually didn't watch probably very much movies. So and I don't remember even the main events in some movies when I hear the name of it. But this movie I still remember very great, because actually Law Abiding Citizen was that movie that changed me a little, and that made me think a lot. I remember even talking and discussing all events which happened there with my friends. I was really into it. So I'm going to give you a quick retell of the story so you can understand what I'm talking about. In that movie, it started at some family at their house. It was like a regular evening at very peaceful, very happy family of 4 members. So husband, wife, three members. Yeah, husband, wife, and their young daughter. She was like 8 or 9 years old, I think. I don't remember actually, but she was very little. And so they were like watching a movie or something, and they hear a knock on the door. So the husband goes to the door and he opens it, and the unexpected guests were two motherfuckers. I'm not joking. I was really searching for a proper word to describe them before I started to record this, but I couldn't find any. So this is the perfect word. So they hit the man several times. He falls on the ground, and those two men who actually came to them also tied up his hands, and so they tied up his hands, and the husband was just lying on the floor. He actually couldn't do anything and could just observe. He saw how these two motherfuckers raped and killed his wife just right to him in the same room, and he couldn't do anything. He just was lying and struggling to get out of that handcuffs or something, but he couldn't. And it's awful. I can't even imagine how actually terrible this feels. And what was even more scary is that when the little girl heard noises, heard her mother's scream from another room, she ran up to her, and these two men saw the little girl and just shot her. And then they just took something from, not even that expensive, and run away. The man lost everything just in one evening, and he was hoping to, make these two guys struggle as much as he can, as much as he could. He hired a lawyer and was trying very hard to make lives of those two motherfuckers as miserable as possible. But what actually happened was that those two men, they bribed either a judge or a lawyer or them both, and so the sentence was very soft for them. And he thought that, and actually he was right, 100%. He was right about that. It was just nothing for that, for those terrible things which they did. So he waited for them to, get out of prison in future, in some years. And all these years he was only inventing a great plan how to take revenge, and that plan was to make them suffer. And talking very quick, he was able to do that. So the movie is just on another level. I mean, I watched really a lot of movies, and only this movie was so memorable for me, so interesting, so shocking, that I still remember this. And probably when someone will ask me what is my favorite movie, I will answer Law Abiding Citizen. It is very sad, it is very difficult to watch movie, but still it has very deep meaning. And not the fact that it is hard to understand what the movie about, but it is about how actually important this idea is. And for me, he was right. I mean, husband, when he actually lost everything, even if it goes, I'm not sure if it does or not, against, some God's rules, or anything, that actually he killed people and he tortured them. I still think he is right. When they fucked up your life, when they took everything from you, so he decided to use his time, what he still had, to take revenge. If you haven't seen this movie, I don't want to spoiler a lot. I still did, and I understand that, but I lost a lot of details, and probably some things I don't remember, because, as I said, I watched this movie 2 years ago, and I didn't read the plot, before recording this video. It was in my head, and I remember it from my first and my only time watching this movie. So if you haven't seen it, you definitely should, because it is something I think every man should watch, especially men, because it is about ideal family for me. When you are really a vow, do people say like a vow in English? In Russian, we say like, my husband is like a brick wall, so I feel safe around him. I'm not sure if in English there is some phrase like that, when the husband is actually the guardian, the man who will do everything for his family. And for me, this is the only way of how, I mean, in ideal family husband should behave. This movie is great. I really like it. So this idea to record a video about movie was very spontaneous, um, but I think it turned out not very bad. So thank you for watching and see you soon, probably with the more interesting topic. And if you watched till this moment, recommend some your favorite movies. I would like to watch them. So goodbye.